Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and in today's video we're going to be doing stepping stones of Seiko divers. This will be a brief video just to show you these three watches that I feel comprise three price points of Seiko divers. Very varied. We start with a Monster in the middle, the Sumo or the Blumo in the middle, and the Marine Master 300 Auto on the far right. Retails, a few $100 for this one, about $500 for the middle guy, and a little over $2,000 for the guy on the far right. I'll talk about each one in brief detail, show it close up on the camera, flip it around so you can kind of get a feel for what they all look like, discuss some differences, similarities. You can see if any of these are the right watch for you. So we'll start in the beginning. This is the Seiko Monster. This watch has been around for, I don't know, probably at least 15 years, maybe a little more than that. This is really the watch that started the whole dive watch craze. Named the Monster because of its tremendous size of 42 millimeters. I say that mockingly because back then 42 was tremendous. It was a very beefy watch. Thick cut bezel. 13 millimeter thick case, 42 millimeters diameter. I mean, back then, watches were in the mid to upper 30s, and this was really a change in design to make such a thick and meaty diving watch. So this is the SRP 307J1. You can see it's got this XX logo down here. That's the Pro Specs logo. Seiko Monsters were never part of the Pro Specs series, but starting, I guess, the beginning of 16, maybe a few months after, all of a sudden a lot of the Monsters started coming in with the Pro Specs branding on it. Pro Specs is Seiko's name for their professional dive series watches, professional specifications. This particular watch, this is a 307J, so this is actually a JDM model. This is a Japanese made model. For some reason, all the Monsters have pretty much all but disappeared from the market lately. Something is going on. I'm sure they're going to release them in some way, shape, or form soon. I do not know what they're doing, though. They must be revamping the line. This watch has the 4R36 movement in it, which is self-winding and hacking. So this is the Generation 2 Monster. The Generation 1 had the the regular 7S26 in it. That did not hand wind and hack. This was these were the first Monsters to use the upgraded 4R36 in the SRP series of watches. It's got a heavy application of Lumibrite on the dial. I mean, obviously all Seiko divers do. Is that ridiculous? The thing glows like a flashlight. I could probably get a reflection off the mat if I tried. Look at that. If you can see it. But anyway, it comes in an excellent bracelet, probably the best bracelet money can buy for a dive watch. Uses pins and collars. So please, folks, if you buy a Seiko Monster or any of these Seikos and you bring it to a jewelry store to get size, please, please, please make sure they know it uses a pin and collar system. Because if you go somewhere and they do not know that, they will knock out the pin, they will knock out the collar and not even know it. They will put it back together for you. You will get home or walk out of the store in the mall and your watch will fall off before you get to your car. You'll call us complaining that we sold you a piece of garbage. So just something to look out for. So then after the Monster we have the Sumo. Well, this is the blue one. People call it the Blumo. This is model SBDC033. It comes in a black dial of 031. Again, these were released as part of the... These have always been Pro Specs watches, but earlier in the year they were all revamped to include the Pro Specs X on the dial. A lot of people are not happy about that at all. I think most people like the cleaner dial without the X on it. So here you can see the label. Obviously a JDM or Japanese domestic market watch all the way. So this is larger in size. This is around a 44 millimeter by around 13 millimeters thick. And this uses the 6R15 movement. Screw down case back, water resistant 200 meters. The 6R15 is a more refined movement than the 4R36. It does hand wind and hack. It also has an upgraded mainspring, so it does run for around 50 hours between winds. Just winding this one up so we can get it to go. There it goes. Heart skipped a beat there for a second. That would make a bad video. Again, this comes in blue and black. It also comes in a full titanium version, which they call the Shogun. Again, this is SBDC033. Stainless steel bracelet. Fold over clasp. Push buttons. Another Japanese domestic market watch. What do you expect? Crazy. They do it so well, so even too. There's really you really can't see if there's an uneven application. It's done so well. So again, these retail now, we're up to around the $500, $600 price point. And then lastly, we'll bring in the big boy. It actually it looks smaller. I believe it actually has a smaller dial. This is the Marine Master, the MM300 automatic Prospex watch. Again, certainly a JDM model. And this thing is built for one thing. I mean, it's built for diving. It's the same size as the other one. It's a 44 millimeter, but the case now is around 14 millimeters thick. It's got this. You can see the dome to the crystal. It's AR coated. Let's see if I can get the light to hit it. You can see the blue. It's anti-reflective coated. It's domed slightly, but look at the design. The dome, the crystal ends before the top of the bezel. So if you bang it on a tabletop or a corner, a flat surface, you're not going to ding the crystal. Prospex branding on the crown. Holes to change the strap on the lugs, present on the other two as well. Unidirectional bezel, gorgeous bracelet, nice links. Fold over deploying clasp. Dia shield. The scratch resistant coating applied to Seiko watches. And the price tag. That's the retail, 270,000 yen, which around today's horrendous rate, somewhere around 2,700 bucks. The yen is getting extremely strong against the dollar the last couple of months with Brexit and all that other happy economical stuff. So I mean, this is really the granddaddy. I'm going to keep my finger over the bottom because it's got the serial number on it. This is a stock piece. But this is the one that people aspire to own. This is the one they put up against the, obviously the Rolex Submariner. And there's very good arguments for it. I'm not here to argue that one way or the other. It's a gorgeous watch. It's got an amazing, feel in the hand. It's just, bezel action is super even and super smooth. No worrying about chaptering alignment or anything. Of course, it's going to glow. It glows extremely well. And then for a movement here, you've got the Seiko 8L35. And then this is now a step up again now from the 6R15. Seiko will tell you that out of the box, this is a plus 15, minus 10 movement. And that's without any kind of, regulating or, I guess I'm saying no COSC certifications here. I mean, this is just out of the factory. They're going to guarantee you a plus 15, minus 10. In actual use, people get far, far better results. But again, this is the granddaddy. They make similar watches in all quartz. They make them in spring drive. The Marine Master line has a lot of different watches to it. So this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, showing you a small stepping stones, if you will, or the staircase of Seiko watches. Starting on the entry level for the Monster, going up to the Sumo, and then finishing up with the Marine Master. In closing, I'd want to say that while the one on the far right is arguably the best one, at the price tag, is it worth 10 of these on the far left? I don't know. you know, you can argue it, you know, as much as you want. The Monster is a fantastic watch. So is the Sumo. Definitely not, you know, the Marine Master is certainly not a watch you would start a collection with. You just can't. You shouldn't. You really need to work your way up and appreciate these things. And then, because, you know, if you get a Monster, people are amazed at what you get for a few $100, $300, $200. The bracelet, you know, the dial work, the smoothness of the movement, and then through the Sumo, and then finally up to the Marine Master. You know, they offer an excellent dive watch at any price point. So again, this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, and I'll be sure to answer them as quickly as I can. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.